Since you've worked for yourself and you've been, part of a bigger company and you've done all these different things, if you were to give some advice to a burgeoning entrepreneur, even myself, I consider myself a burgeoning entrepreneur, even though I've been kind of doing things like this for a long time now. What advice would you give them if they were considering stepping away from that corporate job, say, or that stability there onto that entrepreneurial path? What should they know?
Well, I think that answer, if you had asked me this a year ago, I think my answer would have changed a little bit, but because AI can create so many things, and help people accelerate business startups. And I've started a couple other businesses, and I was like, shoot, by the time you get the legal work done and you design the logo and you put your business card, you're already tired and you haven't even started making money. So I think if you'd asked me that question last year, my advice would have been, find a business that's, and there are lots of businesses for sale, and find a business that you're passionate about and the wheels on the bus are moving, and then you can go in and fix it and change it because you already have a revenue stream. Because if you're doing a startup, you got to either have a pile of money or have a bunch of investors, and it just takes a pretty long time to get something going. And I've done two or three startups from zero, and they're exhausting. And then finding Planetary design, at least the wheels on the bus were moving, and I don't have to worry about insurance and setting up bank accounts and setting up, legal stuff, and I can get right to running the business. And that appeals to me. That's not everybody's cup of tea, but if tomorrow I had to start all over again, I'd go find another company and figure out, because I like that the wheels are already moving and maybe tires need to be changed and the oil needs to be changed. I don't have to build a whole new car, you know. Um, and I would think my other advice would be have a checklist of what you want. What is it that do you want independence? You want to manufacture something or whatever, and just have this list, because there's going to be a lot of shiny objects. And as entrepreneurs, I think we're, excited about everything, life and people. And when you start looking at businesses, everything looks good, and really just be able to take it through that checklist of what are you after and what are you passionate about, and and let and run every business opportunity through that prism of questions, so that you know that you're not going to go down a path and not be happy. I mean, I started a jewelry company, and I just wanted to do something different than food, and 2.5 years into it, after I'd learned it and had all that fun, and I kind of scratched the issue of doing something different. I realized I was doing it by myself. I missed working with a team. I didn't like that I could make money while I was sleeping, and there's all these things that I was like, this doesn't work for me. But I flew down that rabbit hole before I really said, is this a good fit for me? I just saw an opportunity and said, oh yeah, I'm going to do it. And it was like, well, I did it, but that didn't necessarily mean it was a good fit for my personality and what I like doing.